Hey, what's going on everybody? Ali here, and I'm really excited about this video. I'm doing a One Piece theory video on something that I thought of. I haven't seen anybody talk about it, so yeah, for now I'm claiming it as my own. I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous because this is my first theory video, so bear with me. I hope it's a lot of fun for you guys. And it's going to be about like things that we already know about, mixed in with things that are speculated, that I'm speculating, and the actual theories. So really excited. I hope you guys are gonna like it. So yeah, here we go. Okay, first things first. The Kozuki clan and the family of D, I believe that they were like relative, more like cousin kind of clans, like neighboring clans. And I believe they were both together during like the Void Century. However, I believe that the Kozuki clan wasn't technically part of this Void Century War like the family of D was, but they were close-knit, and I think that they knew what was going on. They weren't part of it, but I believe that they wrote and constructed the poneglyphs for the family of D to pass along what had transpired throughout the Void Century, documenting like what happened to the family of D, the family of D's kingdom for future generations, like the ancient weapons and everything else that was going on, people that were during that time, like what happened to them and things like that. And I also believe that just like the Kozuki clan having a ruler who is able to hear the voice of all things, I also believe that the family of D also had a ruler or king that could hear the voice of all things. Now, fast forward to Roger's era. I believe that Roger, over the course of those 2 years that he was somewhere alone, you know, the 2 years that when he disbanded his crew, and then those 2 years, and then he got captured. I believe it was 2 years or 1.5 years. I think not only was he with Porcus D. Rogue, but I also believe he had to have been searching for something also. And I also believe over the course of his journey across the Grand Line, across the New World and stuff, I believe that Roger had obtained a certain object or key that he obtained, like that unlocks the ancient, unlocks something ancient, like the ancient kingdom or something, like maybe the family of D's kingdom. But he ultimately couldn't find it due to his illness was taking a toll on him, so he couldn't finish his complete journey. And I also believe that he had his child with his love to pass on the will before he died, to pass on the will of D and the family of D, like for generations. And yeah, so before he died, I think that Roger couldn't fully discover the ancient kingdom, so he left the key or the object at Raftel with the conclusion of the real poneglyph for a later generation of the family of D, and that is where Luffy comes in. And I believe that that's why Roger purposely got captured and shouted out for everyone to go and search for his treasure, hoping that another person from the family of D will complete what he started and wanted to finish. And just like what happened, just like what Whitebeard said at Marineford before he died, that he told to Blackbeard to teach. He said, "He is not waiting for you, teach. The man that Roger is waiting for is definitely not you." And I believe he was referring to someone like Luffy, someone who can also hear the voice of all things, like Roger did. And granted, I don't think that Whitebeard didn't know what Luffy could hear the voice of all things. Luffy didn't even know that, because the 2-year time skip, he was able to hear the Sea Kings. So I believe he was referring to Luffy not because of like the voice of all things or anything. I believe he was referring to Luffy because of his tenacity and his attitude reminded him of Roger, and his will to like him standing up to Whitebeard gave him like so much respect gave so much respect from Whitebeard to Luffy, and he basically just reminded Whitebeard of Roger. That's what Luffy reminded him of. And talking about the One Piece, I believe that the One Piece is not only a treasure, but I believe there's something that will be out of place in the treasure. Something that doesn't make any sense, and I believe it's a certain object or key within the treasure. That's what I think it is. Now, I believe that the true treasure, the true One Piece, is the conclusion of the real poneglyph, and not only a treasure, but also a certain key or object that, like I said again, that only one who has a part of the family of D, who's only a part of that family, and who can also hear the voice of all things, is able to use and unlock, possibly, or find the ancient kingdom of the family of D. That's what I think. And fast forward to like Luffy's era, that Luffy is the only one from the family of D that we know of that can hear the voice of all things. And I also believe that Gold Roger was the only one in his era that could also hear the voice of all things. And Luffy, I believe Luffy's definitely carrying on Roger's will with like being the Pirate King, wanting to be free, and the Pirate King being the most free person in the ocean, and I completely agree with that. I think everybody agrees with that, but yeah, he's the only one that we know of his generation that that can hear the voice of all things, except for Momonosuke, who's from the Kozuki clan. And like Trafalgar Law, he didn't hear Zunisha. A bunch of people are from the family of D, and they couldn't hear it. Luffy's the only one who's able to hear it. So I also think that since he can hear the voice of all things, that Luffy would be able to write the ancient language eventually like Roger, but also couldn't read it. And again, just like how the Kozuki clan ruler can hear the voice of all things, I also believe that the rightful ruler of the family of D was also able to hear the voice of all things, and that man is Luffy. Yes, it's Luffy. I believe the Kozuki clan with Oden and Momonosuke, the rightful rulers, not the shogun, what's going on right now. Screw that shit. From Oden to Momonosuke, they both were able to hear the voice of all things, and Roger was able to hear the voice of all things, and now Luffy's able to hear the voice of all things. So yes, I believe that Luffy will not only become the king of the pirates, but I also believe that he will be the rightful heir. He will become the rightful heir to the family of D, the king of the ancient kingdom. That is what I believe. That is my theory. So basically, to sum up, do some short summaries. The Kozuki clan and the family of D, I believe, were like neighbor clans fighting alongside each other. I believe the true One Piece is the conclusion of the real poneglyph and the key or object that unlocks the ancient kingdom. And I believe that Luffy, since he is part of the family of D and he can also hear the voice of all things just like Momonosuke can, I believe that he is not only going to be the king of the pirates, but I believe that he is also going to be the king of the ancient kingdom of the family of D. And there you have it. That's my theory. He's gonna be also, granted, he's probably gonna find that out, but he's not gonna, being who he is, Luffy being who he is, he's probably just gonna be like, no, I'm just gonna wanna sail the oceans and stuff. But yeah, I think that's what he is supposed to be, the rightful heir to the kingdom. And but yeah, that's my theory. I'm really happy that I finally got to share this with everybody. So like the video if you did. If you agreed with some things that I was talking about, comment down below on what you thought about my theory, what theories that you guys are thinking about. And yeah, subscribe to my channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and maybe some more theories, because that was a lot of fun to do. And so yeah, gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see you all later. Woo!